Now, what are your thoughts on the expression, women don't care about a man's struggles, they just want to show up at the finish line and pick the winners?
I honestly, you said women don't care about a man's struggles?
Basically, modern women today don't care about a man's struggles, they just want to show up at the finish line and pick the
Oh,
winners.
I think that that's true because someone like me, I'm going to be there for you and support you, but these new age girls, I don't know about them. They are just ridiculous, and I feel like they're only in it to get what they can get out of it.
So why do you think there's the expression, where have all the good men gone, but nobody's asking where have all the good women gone?
Well, where have all the good men gone? All the good men gone? They're stupid because they're dating these younger women and they're getting used. So the reason why there's so many good women out here is because we're being looked over.
Would you think that when they say that like the answer to where have all the good men gone is in your 20s? Like where it's like an expression where women would look over the good men in their 20s and like pick the bad boys, and then in their 30s they're like, oh well, take me now, but it's like they're kind of salty because we overlooked them in our 20s.
So yeah, we do overlook them in our 20s, and I can say we overlook them in our 30s because I've been stuck with some bad men in the 30s, and technically I feel like now it's kind of like there are really no good men. I haven't found a good guy, so we do overlook it.
Now, has there ever been a man you wanted that you weren't able to get?
Well, I'd like to talk about Bruno Mars. I do want him, and if he met me, he'd want me too.
Now, if you had the opportunity to hook up with Bruno Mars, would you take it?
I sure would.
So when a woman says that I'm not that type of girl, isn't she really saying I'm not that type of girl with you, but I am that type of girl with a guy like Bruno Mars?
No, because I'm going to be myself with him regardless of who he is. So if he's going to like me for who I am, then he's going to see that I'm a good woman regardless of anything.
Do you think it's true that women will make rules for the wrong guy but break rules for the right guy?
I do. I do believe that.
I think so too.
Well, I mean, sometimes we like the bad boys, so we tend to break the rules for them.
Do you think that women tend to lust after bad boys but want to settle down with nice guys?
Oh, we sure do. I love a bad boy.
What's attractive about a bad boy?
They just have that quality that just is so attractive. You know?
How do bad boys treat women?
Horrible.
So then why would you want to be with a bad boy when they treat you badly?
Because they do other things that the good ones don't.
Like what?
I don't want to go there.
We know. We know.
They do.
Why do you think women don't pick the nice guys?
I mean, it's more of a thrill, I would imagine. I mean, you know, I get it that, you know, and I understand to some degree that like a guy who's very indecisive and, you know, you want someone who can kind of show that take charge mentality. So if you're indecisive, like, I don't know, where should we go out? Like, I get that gets frustrating, but you also have to understand if you're asking for the guy who really listens to you, he wants to know your opinion. That's actually what he's saying. He says, I want to listen to you. I want to hear what you're saying. I want to appreciate what you want out of this relationship, and I'll then take action. But women kind of more so I want you to just make the decision, tell me what to do, and then go with it and run with it from there. And so it's kind of like miscommunicated signals where they're asking for one thing and getting another, but even when they get it, they're not quite pleased with it. And yeah, to put it simply, it's a bit of a clusterfuck.
Do you think that men are assholes because women date assholes?
Yeah.
So then do you think women have the right to complain when they're enabling that behavior?
No. And like speaking truthfully, like I think back to one of my earliest girlfriends where I was definitely too much of a nice guy and I got walked all over. And I can tell you from experience, I changed my behavior to be more of an asshole simply for that point, in that I was like, I don't want this to happen again.
It's like men and women are different. It's okay because the world doesn't care if you do what's easy. It's easy for us to get sex. It's hard for men to get sex. So it's like if you do the easy thing, everyone's like, okay.
Yeah. She know what I'm trying to say.
Who do you think is more likely to be able to have sex without feelings, men or women?
Men.
Well, if it's not,
That's hard because it's just like like some females, they be out here, they can just have sex with a man for money and they just be that. And a man could just, you know, he could like what he just like what he see.
well, I mean, if it's not women, why do the majority of sex workers happen to be women?
Oh,
can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Would you say that bad boys, do you look at them as more of protectors?
They are protectors. I do feel like, you know, I found more security in the bad ones, but I also feel like I got used by more of the bad ones than I did being protected. So
Speaking of being a protector, if women expect men to pay for sex, why don't men expect women to pay for bodyguards?
because they're stupid.
Why do women often describe men as stupid but then expect love from them in return?
Why do we describe them as stupid? Because we've been through a lot of stuff. So because
But isn't it fair to say a lot of men have been through a lot of stuff as well?
they have, but I feel like, sometimes you get a good woman and you treat her like shit, and then you expect us to not call you stupid when you do us dirty, and then we're standing there looking stupid, but yet you are the stupid ones, because guess what? They always come back. And I can say that for prime example, every one of them have come back.
Do you think that don't you think that's just like batting out of your league though? Like you get shit treatment because you're shooting too high?
I don't think I'm shooting too high.
I don't know you, but just like in general, like if you're if you're shooting too high, like they don't treat you right. You know what I mean? Because that's a guy that's got a lot of options.
And are we talking about the bad boys?
Yeah, like usually bad boys have a lot of options.
They may have a lot of options, but they don't have a lot of good ones. And I'm a good one, so therefore I'm going to always aim high, because guess what? The quality is always going to be there. So, I mean, if you lose out, then you're the one who's stupid.
But wouldn't you say if you're a good one, like someone would have picked you?
I can say if I was a good one, they would have picked me, but still, we always get overlooked, because sometimes being good doesn't always mean that they want a good girl. They want somebody that's a bad girl. And when you're too good to someone, then they feel like, that's not what they want.
You feel like they like take advantage.
They do